the following presentation of the National Football League.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Miami Dolphins. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday night prime time. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Oh, what a juke into space. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 34. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They work now on 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Here is 3rd and 5. Now Mahomes. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
10 yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and goal, Kansas City.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall. Oh, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Breece Hall, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and 3rd pick in the 2018 draft.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's George Karlaftis greeting him behind the line with a big stop.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Back to throw, Darnold. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Here's Darnold. They'll let this go deep for Ronald. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 41 yards.
And the Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? What the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They set up the screen. Achane has it. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it in the...
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Nico Remigio deep for KC. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sideline. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive.
31-yard line.
And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. That's caught left side by the tight end, Gray. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Ball want to give up the middle. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. A gain of 22 yards.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Straight ahead is Hall. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll go again with Hall. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
We all have habits. They can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll look to run with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And hang on here. We've got an injured player, and that's the running back, Breece Hall. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Punt. It's going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Rashard Smith, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Butker now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still second quarter, you get points on the board here. Like you're feeling okay. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, 68 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Patterson back out there to send this one away. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Chiefs on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Hey, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Malik Washington deep for Miami. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Looking to put a drive together. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Faking the give, Darnold. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge.
Reach in, hit, and the ball is out. And I think the Chiefs have it, they do.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Darnold down to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Dolphins. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Back to the ground, Achane. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And even 100 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
2nd down and 4. A give, running right, Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Matt Ariza now on to punt this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane making their way back out. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
To throw is Darnold. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Up the middle, Achane. Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 116 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, but for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Well, he's caught downfield. It's Waller. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run. Achane.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? One more time with Achane. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. Touchdown. Devon Achane. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point try now for Patterson. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Patterson back out there to send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Mahomes now to throw. A throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second down in the yard. Now Mahomes gives to Hunt. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these 2 squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the 3rd quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
right, Scott, thank you. The rain, if anything, maybe intensified while you were covering the halftime report. We'll see how these two coaching staffs want to approach this second half to come. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's H.M.
They showed up a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
And the Dolphins, first down. First and 10.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Now it's Darnold. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
A run straight ahead with H.M.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's second and 10. Again, it's H.M. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 133 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Hill going to go in motion right. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. H.M. gets it from the gun. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Shaquille Griffin is the one who stuck him for the loss there.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn that for a first down.
And a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Darnold. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Nick Westbrook-Akine from 6 yards away. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. He's going to take another shot here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Here's Achane to start the drive.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. They juked him. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Mahomes going to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. All right, 2nd down, right back to Hunt. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. And we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run. It's Rashard Smith. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 16.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. back now in Miami. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Rashard Smith, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
Y'all gotta talk about taste. Y'all can't talk about basic. We better know power.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw, Darnold. A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. And he'll be taken down, but give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he stopped immediately there. Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they take over right at the 50.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Darnold. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
On the handoff, it's Achane.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Chris Jones on the stop.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense in with a big play.
Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and they're the scramble for the first.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanket his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 1.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Darnold down to throw. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Patterson's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
In motion left is Rice.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go again with Hall to about the 40-yard line.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. During that run, an injury here. You got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelce. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Ball start.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Still 3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you say, in the red zone.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Mahomes. Over the middle, it's complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll run with Hall. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Now, 4th and short, had your offense out there. That one stings.
And you know something? Your options change dramatically. Not only is it tougher to go for it, but what if you decided just to line up and try and draw them off sides? If you did it on 4th and short, you could pick up the cheap first down. Now, you still won't get a first down even if you do exactly the same thing.
Well, the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here we go, 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
One more time with Hall.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Mahomes to throw it. Mahomes will do it himself.
And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. The dramatic score to tie it, and now they just need the PAT to get the lead late 4th quarter.
So much for the touchdown maker. It's all about the extra point attempter. And I can't wait to see how this one turns out.
So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. And they have got the lead. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The home team's offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Darnold. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. And that's the one that should seal the victory. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From South Florida, good night, everybody.